I know my readers are interested in how I lost about 100 pounds through diet and exercise, and I know they will love to learn what your go-to ingredients are for staying fit, because you look amazing.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, today, we're talking about casseroles and food memories and all of that. And a lot of times I think making the transition, because I grew up in the South, and a lot of the food was really high in calories, and but my grandmother didn't cook that way. My mother didn't cook that way. My mother actually used country crock. And so she still made all of that those yummy recipes. And so I think that to get that creamy texture and knowing that you're not blowing the caloric bank is one thing. And also having really nice textures. And then for me, it's all about moderation. I try to eat, I try not to deprive myself of the things that I want. And I just make smaller portions.
Oh, that sounds great. Good advice. Thank you.
Yeah.
During the holidays, I know I love to prepare like classic dishes and then kind of sneak in 1 or 2 new recipes for my family to try out. How do you feel about it? Like Thanksgiving, Christmas, do you do classic or are you trying to new trendy recipes? What do you serve?
Oh, Mindy, I'm not afraid to get creative. I have to have certain things that are very traditional because they're my food memories and my body, my mind, all of my senses expect them. For instance, for here, I've got a green bean casserole, and it has Parmesan cheese, and then instead of the onions on top, I've got some Caesar breadcrumbs. So, I mean, I got the Caesar crouton. So you have that. And again, it doesn't have a lot of calories because you're using the country crock for that texture and that creamy goodness. And then you have a little bit of parm. And the parm doesn't have, because it's a hard cheese, it doesn't have as many of the calories as, say, like a cheddar. So there's that. And then I've got the Brussels sprouts casserole, which I love. And I used half and half here with the onions, which you don't have to use. You could use like a 2% milk or a low-fat milk and then thicken it with your country crock and flour. So you make a bechamel. And then this goes in the oven and they toast. And then what's making it really crispy, that you get that nice texture, are the panko breadcrumbs, which I love. And because the Brussels sprouts are so filling, you only need about 4 or 5 and you're going to be satisfied. And that's the thing. Make something where you're getting all of those textures and everything where you feel satisfied. Now, we're talking about tradition, and I'm going to come back to this casserole. I have to have the canned cranberry sauce on the table. Call me crazy, I don't care what you call me. I'm confident enough to stand here and tell you this is going to be on my table. Now, I still make cranberry sauce, but in terms of my food memories and really wanting something that I want the sound, I want to be there when the can opens. I want that little sound when it's coming out. I want all of that. And I'm still going to have this. And going back to, again, I talked to you about my mom with the country crock. This becomes a food memory, in our family. So I balance it out. I think that if you were to go to someone's home and they don't relate to any of the food, they're going to leave feeling wanting, they're going to want to make another dinner. So to be too creative and just go like, let's have pasta, but take our turkey and make it look like pasta, and then the gravy's the sauce, and then some cranberry. Girl, don't do it.
Yes, I totally agree. I don't take my green bean casserole away, and I want the cranberries with the lines from the can still on it.
Right? We're here.
Okay. Well, I have one more question for you. My family has some Thanksgiving traditions that we can't pass up. We have to break the Thanksgiving turkey wishbone. We have to watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and then we have to hunt for our Christmas tree, which is easy because we live in the Sierra Mountains, so it's not too much trouble for us.
Yes.
But what are your family's Thanksgiving traditions that you have to do that day?
We, after dinner, And in between dinner, when we're almost comatose, and dessert, we're still sitting at the table, and we play this game called hypotheticals. And not hypotheticals, it's hypotheticals. So it's these crazy hypothetical situations that we throw the question out, and we ask, what would you do if? And so I don't care how young you are, I don't care how old you are, and it's really fun, and we all go around the table. After that, and then dessert, we do we. And so we're doing we to Michael Jackson.
Well, that's awesome, though. You burn calories.
Yes, exactly. So we're doing the dance with Michael Jackson on we.
Awesome. Well, it's been so great talking to you.
Thank you, Mindie. Thank you. And all of these recipes and other tips and things that you and your readers can catch up on countrycrock.com, and I invite you to go check it out.
I will. I'm definitely going to try the Brussels sprouts because I have not been won over by them yet, and your recipe was making me hungry, and I just ate breakfast, so that's not good.
That's an awesome thing. Thank you, Mindie. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Oh, to you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.